Happy hunting.
Hunt me.
I am the hunted one.
I'm hunting most things.
That is Hunts.
You can hunt.
Long have you hunted me?
You're being hunted.
Hey everybody, welcome back. It's the 3rd of July 2018. Let's look at top 10 curated hunts from Steam Hunt today on the 3rd of July. First one up is the most advanced indoor air toxin sensor. Learn how to protect your family from allergens and toxins with Yoo-hoo. I mean, every day I kind of get blown away by the sheer amount of technology that's out there. Like, there's just so many products like this that do the same thing. It's just that this one has been packaged in a good way. This one looks like it's references the EPA standards, listed by a bunch of like websites. 20,000 breaths. We don't take 20,000 breaths every day, do we? Wow. Air indoors is 2 to 5 times worse than outdoors. Air quality is the single biggest environmental hazard. 1 in 12 children and 1 in 14 adults in the US have asthma. Well, that's true because I have asthma. 72% of toxin chemicals are indoor. 50% of a nation, 115,000 schools have problems linked to indoor air quality. Like, I get it. We need sensors for it. I do love the app on this. First of all, the difference between a piece of hardware and me buying it, it has to be like the triple trifecta. It has to have a good website, has to be good quality hardware, and it has to have great software. And it looks pretty damn good. Like, I want a similar interface to the way that Fitbit works. So anything that gives me all those three things, I'm pretty much going to have another look at it. And then obviously it comes down to price after that. Next up is the Nuke Desk, the dynamic desk that enhances your life. Well, I don't know if it's going to enhance my life, but it's certainly going to make that whole like standing desk situation better. Upper nook increases workspace by 40%, lower nook increases workspace by 40%. So like it moves up and down, I presume. Maximizing productivity, 80% more service for your important gear. Love the double screen thing on the back there, little clamp. I just don't have anywhere to put this. I'd have to cut out this whole section where I'm sitting at here, which would be good actually, because then I wouldn't have a iMac that gets overheating, because this little nook here that I've got it sunk into, that's where all the heat is generated, because the back wall to that is just directly to the sun. Would love something like this. I presume it's a standing desk. It's got a little electronic thing on the front right hand side there, on that left hand side picture, so you can just jack it up and stand at it, or sit down and work at it. I kind of dig it. It's got a very simple control on it. It's actually massive. I mean, that could be quite good for live streaming. I could see myself like live streaming on that with all the screens at the back, like 2 or 3 screens at the back, a laptop to the side for doing comms and stuff, so like grab and go or recording little videos. I don't know how much it is, but it's kind of fire. Love the little port thing that brings all the ports to the front, and I love that little keyboard platform that kind of, you can put it away and pull it out, so that means you can just lift up the whole thing. Jobs are good and off you go. I'm not gonna, I daren't look into the price of this thing. I'm sure they're not cheap. Shall we have a quick look in the shop? We'll have a quick look in the shop. $500. That's not bad, really. I mean, that's just without all the other stuff on it as well. That's not bad at all, actually. All right, next up is a readme for Twitter. Tweets without the bullshit. Readme is a purposely feature-light Twitter reader designed to show the tweets you signed up to see. Not bitter, then. Very nice, very minimal, very simple. Just the images and the text without all the other bullshit. Kind of love it. Dead simple. Don't need to say any more about it. If you're a big Twitter fan, this could be for you. Zen-float co.com with the benefits of floating at home. What? The zen-float tent. Yeah. I would love something like this. Can you imagine being able to do all your work in the day and then just stand outside in the back of the garden and just get into this float tank? I'd probably not come out of it. Come out of it like 2 hours later looking like a raisin. I've never been in one of those tanks. I'm not sure what they call them. That's it. In a sensory deprivation. That's it. Sensory deprivation tank. My brain. I've only had like 1 coffee this morning. My brain's still not working. I watched the England match and then didn't get much sleep. Got about 5 or 6 hours sleep, but it wasn't like solid deep sleep. But I could definitely do with that today. Reduces anxiety, depression, promotes relaxation, muscle rehabilitation, and pain relief. It's kind of cool. It's not as big as I thought it was going to be. Like, I presume you can just like, so it's got 10 inches of water that is heated to skin temperature so you can't feel it. The water is saturated with 800 pounds of Epsom salt so you feel completely weightless. Whoa. that. Next up is the jackfishsurvival.com. Super cool little slim card holder. This is a Kickstarter that was out in 2016, so normally we refuse like old Kickstarters, but I presume this is because it's actually now for sale. You can actually buy it. It's kind of nice. It's like a usual credit card holder that you see, with all the ability to slide cards in, so you can just pop those out really easily. If you scroll down here, you can see like there's a little GIF of them sliding the cards out, and it secures them in that like metal frame, so you can just like pop it out and find your card. But what I like the most about it is the back plate on it. I really like this little frame that goes in the back for these little tools, because you've got like a little USB stick there, a little knife, a little screwdriver. That's kind of cool, and it's not expensive actually. Look, 69 bucks, 69 pound is not a lot of money for having those little tools. It looks really well machined. I presume you can kind of put anything that you can fit in the back of that actually. It's even got a little GPS thingamajig, you know, like I don't know what you call it, little map thing for finding north, south, east and west. I like that. I like that a lot. I like that little knife on there as well. It's got little screws that can like just fit into the frame, and then you can tighten that up and use it as a screwdriver. Kind of nice. Might be something that I end up buying. That's one of the things about Steam Hunt. You find stuff like, oh yeah, I'd like to buy that. That'd be useful. Next up is Metronaps Energy at Work. I'm not sure how I feel about being inside one of those pods, but I do love the shape of this whole thing, especially because it puts your feet upwards. Like elevating your feet up is really, really good for your circulation. I presume these are going in workplaces, in like spas and saunas, spa places, additional to like the sauna areas, probably in airports as well. I don't know how much they are, but it's one of those sites that they don't list the price, so that they can just like be super flexible with the pricing. Comfort technology design, powered by firmware developed around a simple principle. 20-minute nap is beneficial for well-being and productivity. Man, imagine having like just a series of 20-minute naps each day. Next up is Spyglass, an essential offline GPS app. Important to note, it's offline, so you don't need any internet connection. Packed with tools, it serves as binoculars, heads-up display, high-tech compass with offline maps, gyro compass, GPS receiver, waypoint tracker, speedometer, altimeter, sun, moon and Polaris star setting, gyro horizon. Basically everything that you need to find your way out of a dodgy situation. Kind of love it. It's on the Google Store. I don't know if there's an iOS app similar to it, but it certainly looks the part. Next up, Everblock. I don't normally like to talk about like block systems or modular block systems, especially when they're plastic, because we've got too much plastic in the world. But this looks quite useful, especially if you have a startup and you're trying to divide up a space. Maybe you've just got a completely blank canvas. You don't want to put walls in, but you want to kind of have some modular like sectioning to the office without having to put like those horrible, nasty like partition walls up. This might be a better way of doing it. I kind of dig the layout of this, and it's basically oversized Lego blocks, right? To make a little office, and the colouring as well. You could probably take cues from your brand's colours just to create yourself a little space away from everybody else. Kind of nice. I could definitely see something like that being used in, say, a little coffee shop or store or co-working space. Final two today then, a WEAR study that want to help those living with PTSD. The VA National Centre for PTSD and Overlap teamed up to create a WEAR, a mobile health study designed to help understand the relationship between mood and PTSD. Super awesome that this is how technology gets used. I think this is the best thing for the world around us, is that we can be collecting that data in a fairly anonymous way and using it to build studies, build advice, build help for people who need it, especially when it comes to conditions that are treatable effectively. The more data that we have on this, the more that we can put solutions in place, or at least provide care support for people who have struggles, and it could, across the board, from homelessness to depression to different medical conditions. mental health conditions that people have, for whatever reason, going to war or just losing a loved one, whatever it may be. Finally today, synapse-wear. Synapse-wear, wearable sensing for the body and environment. Open source device. That's always a good plus. Fashion collection for recording your emotion and environmental data to create playful visualizations and sonifications. What's a sonification? Is it like it creates certain sounds? This is cool. Really like this. It's getting closer to a device. I mean, right now you can see it's got a certain thickness to it. It's getting closer to the device. It's going to be something that you slip in to your jackets or your top. It's going to be, you know, one of these is going to win. One of these bits of hardware is going to win, and it's going to be the device that you can take out and put into your clothes, and those clothes will be such and such ready, right? It'll be like those things that you got for trainers. Nike had that little thing that you pressed into the bottom of your training shoes for tracking your steps. That got upgraded to be in our watches or to be in a dedicated Fitbit. But I definitely see this happening in fashion quite quickly. Tracking environment, tracking air quality, stuff around us. This one's got 6 sensors in it: CO2, temperature, humidity, illumination, air pressure, environmental sound, magnetic field. Imagine having like clothing where you can just slip this tab in or put it into your jeans or your pocket, and you're actively collecting that stuff. So Internet of Things, but on a person-to-person level. And imagine having 10,000 people in a certain space collecting that data that then goes into, you know, dealing with that stuff on an environmental level, and they have data from all these mobile hotspots basically. That's it for me today. I'm desperate to have that breakfast this morning. I'm super hungry, but I've got to do my vlog first, and then once I've got these both converted, I'll come back and post them up. If you are coming to Steam Hunt for the first time, or you've just heard me rattle off these 10 products and wondering what the hell's going on, this is what the website looks like currently as of July 2018. Actually, just check the month there. The site is very simple, very clean, very minimal. If you look on the right hand side here, these are the links that people are posting every day. It shows you how many have been posted and how much they have generated in Steam incentives. When you click through to any one of those links, they appear on the left hand side. It shows you a picture or a video or a GIF, a bit of text, a little bit of information about that product. You click on the white button, it takes you through to the product, and you can just review it for yourself. If you want to add your own, you just log in with a Steam account. If you don't have a Steam blockchain account, signup.steemit.com. 3 different ways to buy one with different cryptocurrency that you might already have. If you can't afford it or you don't have any cryptocurrency, you can sign up for a free account, but it takes a week or 2 to make, because basically the Steam blockchain has to mine those blocks before it can create your account. I think it's pretty fast these days. I think you can probably get one in a week if you're willing to wait. Then you just fill out the form, title, description, put in some keywords, put in some graphics. Not only will it post on the Steam Hunt website, it will also go onto the Steam blockchain, onto your blog, so people can find it by search and other ways. That's it for me today. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate it, and I will catch up with you soon. Take care. Bye bye.